Welcome to another episode of the Meter Cute interviews here on Meter and Mayhem. Today we'll be listening to the work of Kevin LeMaster, a poet who lives in Northeastern Kentucky who's been nominated for both the Pushcart and Best of the Net. His poems can be found in journals such as SheilaNaGig, Gyroscope Review, and Main Street Rag, with work forthcoming in Appalachian Places magazine and Big City Lit Journal. He's the author of two chapbooks, 2023's Mercy from Arroyo Seco Press, and In the Throes of Beauty, out now from Finishing Line. Want to hear him read a little of his work? Me too! So let's sit back, relax, and get ready to fall in love.
Hi, I'm going to read a few poems for you. Skipping Stones from the Edge of a River in Kentucky. I favor the smooth, round ones, prefer the musty smell of river rocks to the glimmer of quartz or fool's gold. Some stay buried right where my toes can find them. Others fit just right between thumb and forefinger, and when I hold my arm like this, I can let one sail like a small bird, hesitantly spreading its wings for the first time, then another and another until it skips like a young girl across the sidewalk in any suburb. The river's expanse is not as vast as the ocean's ebb, but then, being from Kentucky, how would I know such things? How would I understand just how far the ocean wave can take you? Except being one of who floated way past the barrier of buoy and rope, like a stone that had exhausted all its skips at risk of sinking, moored only by the weight of its own fear. This one is called Toll Takers 1972. From the road, you can no longer see the hut where the old men stayed when there was no one waiting to press the small tan and red ticket into a willing withered palm, just to gain entrance to the tall, steel-girded bridge that spanned the Ohio. Dressed in their cotton white tee and suspenders, wreathed in thick gray smoke from their black bowled pipes, chatting about rainbow trout biting upriver and a time when bridges would be free access and patrons could come and go as they pleased. I can see them laughing at the absurdity, some spitting tobacco juice into a spittoon on the floor next to them, others clutching their pipes for dear life, like holding the past in their bare hands. Years have passed, and there is nothing left of the building, like a bruise that fades and is gone. The road has turned from 2 lanes to 4, and the old steel girders have yielded to a newer suspension bridge. If you listen close, you can still hear the wind ask, "Tickets, please." If you inhale deeply, you can still smell their tobacco circling the air like a ghost. What dying becomes. The blossoms are falling from dying vines as morning hangs in suspended animation, dewdrops laced across tired, withered leaves. A mist of rain makes a sound like cicadas' waning call, their hulls falling feather-like to the ground. A collection of dead trophies line the garden path, a burial pyre of empty bodies crunch under the tenderest step. And I am caught waiting for everything to die, the leaves being last to the funeral, covering all that is left in a dark, moldy brown, waiting for the resurrection of spring when new life grows from desolation. And it looks like I have time for another one. What we no longer say. In early Appalachia, when a poultice was applied, it had to stay there for days. They said it would draw the growth to the surface, like a fish to a baited hook, life struggling on a taut line. The fight was almost more than grandfather could bear. When it was removed a week later, his upper lip came off with the cancer. Afterward, he grew a mustache to hide what was missing and lived the remainder of his life well into his 90s, his upper lip preserved in a jar on a shelf above his bed, just in case he had something more to say. Thank you.
What a great reading that was! Now, head on over to the Meter and Mayhem Substack to find out how Steinbeck fits into all this and get some fun prompts based on Kevin's writing. Thanks for stopping by.